What's that? Ugh. Hello and welcome to our predictions for SummerSlam 2024. So, Regan, you were ill last week, so you missed being on the review for Money in the Bank, but I absolutely walloped you in the predictions, 5-2.
Yeah, I did not have a good go for that one.
Which means I'm going into the show as the defending champion, but now we are at a triple threat match once again. So all three of us are going to be contending. And we've got a pretty big show this time around. But yeah, where do I start with this? I don't know.
Where do you start?
Yeah, where do I start? Look, okay, I'll start with Callum, who's currently playing Resident Evil. What are your what are your
You exposed me to the business.
Yep, you've been doxxed. What are you what are your thoughts going into SummerSlam this year?
I actually think before this week, I've been relatively really excited about kind of everything other than probably Rhodes and Solo, because I'm not that interested in a Solo Rhodes main event for the world title. This week, it slowly just teetered towards kind of just 2 matches. Well, no, 3 matches for me. I'm excited for the Intercontinental World, and then CM Punk Drew is kind of the 3 matches I'm most looking forward to on the SummerSlam. I feel like last year had a bit more. I don't know. It just felt like last year we had a lot more going for it than this year. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I wouldn't say the end result did.
My vibes.
I don't think the end result did.
No, SummerSlam was very mixed last year.
It was actually probably one of in 2023 across both companies. SummerSlam last year was probably actually one of the weakest pay-per-views.
Yeah,
in execution.
It only had a few highlights, I think, and it was quite disappointing.
Brock versus Cody, Seth versus Finn Balor, and Gunther versus Drew was all right. Was there something else I can't remember?
LA Knight won the Slim Jim Battle Royal.
He did. Bianca Belair had a great sell job on that show too, and Io Sky cashed in.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I feel like this, though, on paper, in terms of in-ring quality, will probably over-deliver compared to last year.
Last year's show had... Actually, to be fair, it did have Logan Paul versus Ricochet last year. That was a good match. But it also had Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler, which was the dog's bollocks. And Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, which was really disappointing. But you are right that there's a tad less hype for this show than there was for that one.
I would say, especially in the last week. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'd say I'm still looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, definitely. Same here.
It's not my most anticipated show, though.
No. There's one match, though, I think... technically 2 that I'm very looking forward to from this pay-per-view, which I want to deliver.
Yep. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a card this long on a WWE show. There's actually quite a few matches, which is different to what we usually get.
Yes. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Regan, you watch the TVs more than we do. What are you anticipating for SummerSlam? Are you looking forward to it?
I think it's going to be good. This is the first SummerSlam I've watched since 2014. I think
it's going to be 2017, I think, for you.
Oh, gee, I can't even remember. Well, I can only remember the last one being 2014.
Oh no, it'll be 2017 because that was the one when Cena and Baron Corbin had that match. You remember that?
I don't know if I watched that.
And the main event was the Fatal 4-Way with Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, okay. I did watch that one then.
Yeah,
Gee,
it was
a while ago.
It was definitely 2017. Yep.
Oh well, it'll be good then. No, it'll be good. There's a lot of matches that are going to be. Who knows who's going to win?
Yeah, probably the most
predictable, which is good.
Probably the hardest to predict WWE show since WrestleMania, I think.
There's rain forecast for Cleveland, so hopefully not.
That's true, actually.
It's an open air stadium and there's rain predicted, so hopefully it doesn't rain.
Are we going to see Samoa Joe and a poncho memes again?
Spoil stuff.
Samoa Joe and a poncho, that was fucking hilarious.
But no, it should be good.
Yeah, and then you have to was fired with the company
no tag team,
a week later.
No tag team matches for some reason.
Yeah, I did notice that when I looked at the card. There's
no
that's
tag
why
they're
matches.
on SmackDown winning the belts.
There was 2 on SmackDown, but yeah, the Raw champs.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
Yeah, the Gorillas of Destiny, as they were known in New Japan, won the tag belts off DIY on SmackDown.
Yeah, interesting choice.
Yeah, it's only been 29 days since they won it in Toronto.
Yeah.
Transitional champion. But
I mean, yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Solo doesn't win tomorrow.
He's not going to, don't worry. That's the one match where I'm like, yeah, I know he's winning this. Although I think there was an interview with Zilla Fatu. I think there was an interview with Zilla Fatu I saw recently that said that Solo should win. I think that would be a very strange choice.
Something on Twitter was like, Rikishi never won the WWE Championship. Solo's going to win it for his dad. Finish the story.
I think you're more likely to see Jey Uso finish the story than Solo Sikoa. Of the two.
Yeah, if it was Vince running it, maybe Solo would have won
it. Although, unironically, I genuinely think that Jimmy Uso has less of a chance than Solo Sikoa of winning the world title at some point.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it should be good, though. I'm looking forward to the World Heavyweight Championship and then obviously the Drew Seth.
Well,
Drew Punk.
We're going to start the predictions with matches that were determined by King and Queen of the Ring. So we'll start with Bayley versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. I was tossing up on this, but I have gone with Bayley. I think there is potential for a better alternative, but I could see an argument for Nia Jax winning this. I think she's having a hell of a year, for her standards at least. So this could go either way. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with Bayley. It's a calculated risk, but it's one that I'm willing to take. Especially because mathematically, I'll get to it when I talked about the other match, but I have a mathematical logic behind it. So yeah, I've chosen Bayley. What have you gone for, Callum?
I've also gone for Bayley, and I've actually gone a bit risky here, and I've gone for this to be my Genesis pick.
Wow, okay.
My main reason is because I feel like there's going to be a lot of title changes on this show. So I feel like not every belt is going to change, and this is probably the one that has the best chance of staying the same. That's sort of my logic.
There is a foreboding, obvious elephant in the room to what you just said, but we'll get to it later.
Yes.
Well, I'm 2 against 1 then. I'm going.
Are you going Nia? All right, then. Nia Jax.
I just don't see how Bayley's going to beat her. I mean, she only barely beat Piper Niven, and now she's going up against an even bigger machine.
Wrestling's fake, though, yeah. Regan.
Yes. No, I think Nia's going to win. And
I can definitely see Nia winning.
What if I took over WWE and I booked Hornswoggle to beat Brock Lesnar clean?
Well, there would be riots.
I'm sure there'll be some people that would like
Yeah,
it.
I think Nia's going to win. She'll have the title. Tiffany will have the briefcase, which she just pimped up for. Nia pimped it up for Tiffany.
True. Do you think Tiffany's going to wait longer, or do you reckon she's going to cash in on this show?
She's going to wait longer. She's not going to cash in on Nia.
Yeah, as great as she is, I still don't think the time is right yet.
No, it's not like I don't think.
We don't want to lose it straight away. Then we'll have no briefcases for the rest of the year.
You don't want to rush it either. I feel like Tiffany can take her time.
Yeah, no.
It's also about time. It's about time we have another woman hold a briefcase for a long period of time that's longer than a month.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Be like Carmella. Keep it for a while.
Carmella's literally the only other one. There's been like 3 of them that did it on the same day, one of them that did it the day after, and then the most recent one did it 1 month after.
No, keep it for a while. That's always fun.
Actually, 2 of them were the day after, because technically Becky Lynch got pregnant, so Asuka won it the day after.
Yeah. She didn't win the briefcase, she won the briefcase that had a belt in it.
Yeah. Which is very Vince, but whatever. Pandemic wrestling was a fever dream.
Look, we had to try things, okay?
I think Becky Lynch got pregnant at a very opportune moment. I'll just say that, because she missed out on all the shit, and she came back in the middle of 2021 when fans were returned.
Yeah. That is very funny, actually, yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, so you're telling me we have to isolate it for a year? Well, I guess I'll just have a baby so I have something to do when I'm inside. Anyway. Right then, so... And also for the match itself, I mean, these two have faced each other before. I think that Nia Jax has come a long way over the years. I think we may see their best match of, that they've had so far.
I also learned that I feel in her last run, Bayley was meant to, I can't remember what match it was, but she was meant to have a match at SummerSlam, but then Nia injured her or something like that. I feel like I saw that, I heard that recently.
Well, Nia injured a lot of people in her last run.
Yeah, still does.
Yep.
Not as much anymore, thank God.
2024 has been a big change for her, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so.
She put her ones up at the end of last week's SmackDown as well, so people were wondering if she's going to join the Bloodline.
Well, she could. She's part of the family, technically. Sort of.
Wow, she's Samoan, so they'll say she's fine.
That's not the reason. It's because there is, by law, a connection between her and Dwayne Johnson. Not by blood, though. She's not part of the bloodline, she's part of the law line. Anyway. Well, to be fair, though, I actually don't know. Is Haku's kids actually related to the bloodline? Because they're Tongan, right?
Yeah, not Samoan.
I don't know if Haku is part of the bloodline. I haven't heard an explanation. I wonder if that'll get brought up at some point. Anyway, moving on to the other match determined by King and Queen of the Ring, we have Damian Priest versus Gunther. I think Damian Priest has had a very overlooked world title reign. I think it's been a lot better than some people have said. I've actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think Priest is great. Same. I think Priest is a stud, but he has a story in the near future that is going to rely on him having a big loss. And I think this is the moment. And also Gunther having the world title would be fantastic. And mathematically, I think the way I've done it is one winner of King Queen of the Ring will lose and one of them will win. That's what I've gone for.
Yeah.
And the one I've chosen to win is Gunther. I suspect that Gunther is probably going to hold the belt for a long time, possibly until WrestleMania, if not longer. He's going to become the top heel on Raw, as he should. And I've heard rumors that in 2025, one of John Cena's selected opponents is going to be Gunther, so that's fascinating.
Yeah, I've also gone for Gunther.
Yep.
It would just seem if he lost after. I mean, I didn't see all the IC run, but after that run and then winning the King of the Ring, it just seems like a waste if he's just going to not. He needs something. He's so good. Give him the world title.
Gunther's character relies on him winning most of his matches and winning titles. Everything that makes him legitimate is built around that.
Also, what happened to the little dude that used to announce him? What's happened to Ludwig?
He's injured.
Injured and what happened
during
to the
a match on
Italian?
Raw.
Oh, they kicked out Giovanni Vinci, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, and I just haven't seen him since.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get released.
Yeah, it's a shame because he's a great wrestler. He's a great wrestler, Giovanni Vinci.
Yeah, he is.
Gunther is who I'm saying is going to win.
Yeah. Callum, do you agree, Gunther?
Yeah, I've gone for Gunther. I was tossed up on whether thinking maybe they delay the turn, which I think is going to happen with Priest and Finn, because I think that's eventually where we're heading.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, but I think this is probably the time to crown Gunther as well.
I know it's a very long way away, but I have a feeling that one of the marquee matches on Mania 41 is going to be Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Whether that'll be their first match, I'm not sure. Maybe not, but I'm sure it will be on that show. I mean, Trips does like to play the long game with these things.
He certainly does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gunther is the right choice.
And Gunther as the World Heavyweight Champion would just be great.
It would.
Because now he's gonna... He did his IC run like plowing through both SmackDown and Raw's mid-card division, and now he gets to do the same with the main events, which is like, it's just a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Also, I think this match has a lot of potential to be great too. Priest versus Gunther. They're both big lads. Big lads. Big beefy lads.
Big lads.
Oh, it's fine.
So, Intercontinental Championship. This is a match that you said that one of the ones you're most looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to this, especially given how good their match was at the last pay-per-view. How it actually kind of took me aback how much better it was than I expected. And I don't know why I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Maybe because of its just priority on the card, but these two guys have really good chemistry. It's obviously Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. And because Braun lost at the last show, I think he's going to win at this show. Which is why I've gone for Braun Breaker to win the title.
Yeah, feels like this is the time to
pull the trigger.
Him.
Yeah. Yeah, get him on that that path to being, the next Steiner legend. Yeah. Braun Breaker. Regan, do you what is your prediction for Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker?
Oh, surely it has to be Braun Breaker. I mean, we all thought he was going to win at Money in the Bank. He didn't. If he loses again, I don't know.
Yeah, it would be strange.
But
it would be strange.
It would be weird to make him lose again. Give him the title. Sami Zayn doesn't need it. He can just go off and do something else. Boost up the young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say Braun Breaker, and I will make this my Genesis pick.
Oh, confidence. Yeah. And I think the match will be great too, given how good it was at the last show. I think they'll do it again. They have very good chemistry.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Now, let's talk about a match that has a lot of heat going into it, especially after what happened this week.
Oh god.
And both sides have been capitalizing on it as well since the event. We have, for the United States Championship, Logan Paul versus LA Knight. The oopsie match, it seems to be, is probably what people are going to call it now. Especially now that LA Knight has taken a dig at him for it. I've been predicting,
because one of them was fucking stupid. Yeah.
I've been predicting this match, not only the match happening, but the result of it, for about maybe close to a year. Ever since I learned that LA Knight didn't win Money in the Bank last year, and I knew he wasn't going to beat Roman for the world title. And when Logan Paul beat Mysterio for the US title, and I just sort of mapped out on my head what was going to happen. I think it was probably maybe 6 to 10 months ago, around sort of Survivor Series. I was like, oh yeah, he's probably going to beat Logan Paul for the US title. And then once we sort of got around to Mania, I'm like, yeah, it's going to be at SummerSlam. So I've had this in my head for so long, and it's like, I'm very, very certain that this is what's going to happen. I've gone for LA Knight to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it is Logan Paul's hometown, it does not change my prediction.
No, if anything, he enforces it.
That's true.
Well, I'm going to take a risk and say Paul's going to win.
All right.
I think it would be. Oh, I mean, LA Knight probably will win, but I don't know. It's in his hometown, so I think I'm going to give it to Logan Paul. I know people want LA Knight, and obviously Paul's only defended it twice, but
I mean, it's possible.
He's bringing heaps of eyes to the company because he takes it everywhere with him, on the talk shows, to the boxing.
Yeah, it's possible.
He's always repping it. Also, LA Knight committed Grand Theft Auto on SmackDown. He stole Logan Paul's prime truck. I mean, it's literally Grand Theft Auto.
Regan, his character is that he is an Attitude Era wrestler. Grand Theft Auto is normal.
It's a felony.
You wanna say that? How many times did Steve Austin steal cars?
Okay, sure.
Probably like once every 3 months. Not only steal cars, but destroy them.
Yeah, I know. But that was the 90s.
Okay. Well, are you saying that LA Knight's antics are not up with the times?
Thanks.
Anyway, Callum, what's your prediction?
But it's match, I mean.
I think it's probably going to be even more obvious after the last couple of days that Knight is going to beat Logan, because not only I think before this week it's probably time to put the belt on Knight, I think optics-wise, it would be a very bad look on the company after the tweets that Logan sent this week for him to then win this weekend. Backlash would be probably diabolical for the company.
If this was Vince McMahon, he would do it for the heat.
Probably, yes. I think there's an 80% chance he probably would. Now, though, I think today there's no way Logan wins this match. And I think they would be really, really stupid to have him win after the backlash he got. Rightfully so.
The thing is, though, I don't think it really matters, because
it would not look good.
I think they were planning to have LA Knight win from the start. I mean, that's my prediction.
Oh, I agree. I just think they now definitely can't.
Well, you've been wrong about these things before.
That's what everyone was saying.
No, it's okay.
It's about the person at the Olympics, right?
So the thing here's the reason why it's controversial is that despite the fact that online discourse is very 50-50 about it, the reason why it's controversial is the way he handled it. It's because he was being an asshole about it. and it's a very like sensitive topic. It's also misinformation as well. And when he was called by the PR team, he screamed and swore and like complained to them.
Yeah,
so
apparently he says that's lies. Apparently,
well, I don't know. There's been pretty reputable sources that have said that, so I'm not sure who to believe on that one. Who knows? But it's the fact that he handled himself in an unprofessional manner, which
very badly.
like it's like even if you were skeptical about the sport that in question, it's not like it would be more appropriate to handle it differently to the way he did. Is kind of what I think the issue is.
To chalk up what he said to then tweet saying "oopsie" is just you're just stupid.
Wait,
you're a
did
dumb
he tweet
person.
after and say oopsie?
Yeah, he said
Yes,
oopsie,
that's essentially what he
misinformation.
said.
Yeah,
As
it
if
was,
that's just such a finicky little thing.
It was just very like immature, and like it made him look really childish, and that's kind of the problem. Is that he seems like not only is he childish, but he also has anger management issues, and not in a good way. Like it doesn't make him seem like a drawing heel. It doesn't make him seem like he's got like really good heat. It just makes him look really pathetic, and that's kind of the sour taste a lot of people are having towards Logan Paul for that. It's kind of just like how he handled the whole situation. But with that all said, Callum, you've been wrong about these things before. So we'll see what... I mean, I still predict LA Knight to win. But you could still be wrong about this.
I guess it could be.
Look, I know Vince McMahon's not there anymore, but this is still the same company. They still sweep shit under the rug all the time. And there's still people within that company that have the same mindset. It's not pure. It's not all sunshine and daisies. There's still a very, very corporate-minded company that will look at Logan Paul's presence, regardless of controversy, regardless of the fact that he's had controversy before as well, and they will still see dollar signs. So, just bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We will see then.
Anyway. But, should be a good match though, I reckon. I reckon these two have probably got the right compatible styles, but probably, a mix of athleticism and sports entertainment. And it'll be interesting to see how the crowd reacts, because it is Cleveland, but LA Knight is also very popular. So Logan Paul could get booed.
He was also booed on SmackDown, so...
that is true. That is true, yeah.
See if he brings LeBron. Oh, wait, he can't. He's in the Olympics. Well, he said he's going to bring people out from Cleveland with him, so let's see who he brings.
Yeah, well, he always brings a special cameo to his matches.
He can't bring LeBron. He's at the Olympics.
No, he can't. Have you seen all those memes of the Turkish shooter? Because I watched that live when that thing was happening.
Yeah.
Everyone has all their special gear, and he just comes in like with his hands in his pocket, no ear guard, no special glasses, just use the pistol. It's like, did Turkey hire a hitman to win a silver medal?
Yeah, he's Agent 47.
Yeah. Anyway, now let's talk about a match that has had a lot of story time on Raw, a lot of TV time, and a lot of Twitter clips being shared around, especially involving Mr. Dominic Mysterio, and that is Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. I think narratively, I'm very interested to see what happens in this match. I also think this is the hardest one for me to predict the result, because I think I can see an argument for the story being good either way. I have gone for Rhea Ripley, but I've made it my Androzani pick because I think there is a chance Liv Morgan retains, but it's tough. It's tough for me to call this one, but I'm very much looking forward to it because I've liked all the story from it I've seen online between, the sort of the love triangle between Rhea, Liv, and Dom has been very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious to see whether or not Rhea Ripley is 100%. I assume she probably is, but we'll see if her in-ring style is impacted by her recovery, because that can happen.
I hope she's fine.
But yeah, this should be really interesting, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Dominic Mysterio factors into this match as well, and also hearing Michael Cole complain about him. Callum, what's your prediction for this match?
I think it's going to be a very interesting battle. I'm not. I wasn't really sure on this one who was going to win this, but I've gone for Rhea Ripley to win back her World Heavyweight Championship.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think Dom isn't going to turn, is what I am predicting.
Yeah, well, he just did turn back, didn't he? So it'll be a bit like Whiplash.
I don't know. I think there's a way you probably could do it.
I guess the way you would do it would be deception.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically.
He's playing.
Seem like it's back on her side, but then you betray her.
He's playing Dungeons and Dragons. Roll for deception.
Yeah.
Or he's playing Baldur's Gate. Hopefully, if they did do it, it won't be like what they did with Paul Heyman, with Brock and Roman, because that was really messy. But that was Vince.
You know what to do with it.
Yeah, and I think, wasn't it, Roman getting COVID was also a part of that happening?
Yeah, because then that is when Brock won the WWE Championship from Big E in that fatal 5-way.
Yeah, that weird, very weird time. I remember Vince McMahon was public enemy #1 back then. This was before the scandals, but just booking-wise, like, he'd lost all trust by that point.
Oh boy, yeah, definitely.
Anyway, Regan, your prediction for the Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley.
Well, I've gone against you two again.
Okay.
I think Liv Morgan is going to retain. This was a very hard one to pick, but I think she's going to retain.
Yeah.
I think she's going to retain. I think Dom will do what he always tries to do. He's going to obviously try and help Rhea to win, and he's going to somehow mess it up, and Liv is going to win.
Interesting. So he'll do it
That's
accidentally.
a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. Fumbles the bag.
We've got Bad Blood coming up, so they could have a rematch or another match at Bad Blood.
Bad Blood. Do you reckon they'll have a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood? Like, not this specifically these two, but like just in general? Because the first Bad Blood had a Hell in a Cell match. It just got me thinking.
So I'm going to say that, Liv's going to win, and this is my Androzani pick.
Yeah, smart move. Because it's risky, this match.
Because, I've enjoyed her title run. Obviously, I want Rhea to win, but I think she can afford a loss, I'm sure.
I've just been thinking, what is Becky Lynch up to at the moment? Because she's not signed anywhere.
No, I guess she's just probably enjoying being a mum.
Yeah, family life.
Because she's had all that time as well with Seth when he's been at home, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it was hard to pick that one, but that's what I say.
Yeah, should be good though. There's been some very funny.
Whoever wins, it'll still be good.
There's been some very funny scenes on Raw during this feud.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be shenanigans. There has to be.
But it is the Judgment Day.
Yeah, when he clapped back and made her cry and was like just yelling at her in Spanish, that was.
But there's also those small hints that maybe Liv Morgan and Finn Balor also have a thing behind the scenes too.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's also been rumored, which is I think is more of a possibility than Dom turning on Rhea.
I have seen some very
Yeah.
cringe. I've seen some very cringe takes, online about this feud. Some people are trying to criticize it by saying that Liv Morgan is being presented as like a skank, but that I would actually argue against that and say that it's not, because she's not, like, in this situation, I feel like Liv Morgan has a lot of agency. Whereas if you compare it to, like, you know, the Divas era, like 20 years ago, they were like, Vince made a lot of those women feel like, I don't know, just spare parts, like accessories to wrestling. Whereas this feels more like she is a character with her own, you know, her own decisions, and is very much, it feels more human to me, and that is better than what they're comparing it to.
I think she's been good. It's been
Yeah.
Dom won't turn. He's just going to mess up, and that's going to cost Ripley.
Mm. Yeah.
And I guess if Tiffany wanted to, she could cash in on that match, but
that is true. I always forget about that you can cross brands.
she can go to Raw if she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we want to, yeah.
But
So that could happen. But I don't think so.
if I was a betting man, I think Tiffany Stratton is probably, when she eventually cashes in, it's probably going to be for the WWE Women's Championship, not the World. That's my guess.
When she cashes in, I don't think she'll cash in on Nia either. But
maybe.
Or if she does, it's because she'll be like destroyed.
Well, I remember when
Remember
TLC 2011 when Daniel Bryan cashed in on the Big Show. He didn't even hit a single move. He just ran into the ring and immediately pinned him. That was hilarious. Anyway, so we're going to save the real main event for last. Firstly, we're going to talk about the sanctioned main event, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Because I refuse to talk about this one last. I want to end the show on a high. I have gone for Cody Rhodes. I've made this my Genesis pick. Number one, because I think it's going to happen, and number two, it's closing the show. Therefore, it's going to be worth double points.
Yeah.
And we are going to up the ante on this match. A bonus point for whether or not you predict Roman Reigns to return on this show. If you are right in your prediction, whether you say yes or no, you receive a bonus point. So I'm going to choose yes. I do think Roman Reigns is going to return. Callum, your prediction.
I'm also going for Cody Rhodes to win because obviously, and yeah, I think Roman is definitely going to return. I'd be very shocked if he didn't.
Mm-hmm. Regan.
Yeah, obviously Cody's going to win it. Solo's not going to win that. Is Roman going to come back? Yeah, I'll say yes. I assume he will. Surely to set something up for Survivor Series.
Bloodline versus Bloodline War Games. I mean, it just seems like they have enough people to do it.
Or do the traditional elimination match.
Oh, well, we know that the show is called War Games this year, so we know it's going to be War Games.
Oh, is it? It's not Survivor Series.
Well,
no,
it
I
is
thought they said it was Survivor Series.
No, it's Survivor Series War Games, like it has been for the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's in Toronto.
Mm.
No, it wouldn't be. Money in the Bank was just there. Yeah, I'll go Roman.
Roman to return.
I mean,
yeah.
Cody.
In terms of this match, Cody matches always have potential to be great because he's a fantastic psychologist and athlete. I wouldn't say I'm overly excited for this match, but I am interested in the story, potentially, see, depending on how they do it and what they do. It is Bloodline
I mean,
rules,
there'll be
so
interferences, which will make it good. So
it is Bloodline rules, so it's going to be, you know, booked with a lot of characters involved. An interesting detail is, when will they have Jimmy Uso return, and when will they have him turn babyface and reunite with Jay? I think that's something from now over the next few months that could potentially be really interesting.
yeah, because I guess he needs to come back if he's going to be in the War Games match.
Yeah. Callum, are you frozen or are you just really still? I think he's frozen. Oh dear.
I was going to say, yeah, he's really stiff.
Fucking statue.
Boys,
Oh yeah, his internet just went out. Okay. Well, we just keep talking about it. I mean,
he's like one of the angels.
Okay, well, while we wait for him to come back, War Games matches tend to be 5 versus 5.
Heyman has to come back as well. Obviously.
That's true, Paul Heyman. War Games matches tend to be 5.
5 on 5.
They tend to be 5 on 5. Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Cody, and Sammy.
Yeah.
Right? And then on the other side, Solo Sikoa, Tamatonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and who'd be the... Oh yeah, it's true.
The Rock.
I didn't think about that.
Imagine the final boss.
Would he agree to a War Games match? I guess
he wouldn't have to do much, would he?
Actually, thinking about it, because it's what's the word? It's segmented entry. The Rock would be the last one to enter the ring, and he would have the least to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he did a 45-minute match at Mania, but yeah, bring him in last, and then he can just ride the coattails.
Yeah, it's a big ask, but having Dwayne in that match would be amazing.
I mean, he's obviously not done. He's with the board now and everything, so.
Yep. Well, yeah, the last time we saw him, he expressed interest in Cody's title.
God, that was a horrible segment with his fake-ass title.
Yeah, it was weird because he was like...
Yeah, let me hold yours and you can hold mine.
It was weird because everything with the final boss, you know, leading up to WrestleMania was great, and then you got that segment, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's not. Yeah, it was weird.
We're doing this now, are we?
A people's title.
People's title. But yes, my brain's rotting. I can't remember what I was going to say.
War Games.
It's been a long day. So,
Pommy has dropped out.
Yeah, given that the Britannia is currently suffering lack of Wi-Fi, I guess we'll just start talking about the real main event of SummerSlam, the match we actually care about the most.
Oh boy.
And that is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as special guest referee. This is one of my most anticipated wrestling matches in years. Honestly, years. This is this build over the last 6 months has been generational. I loved every segment. Both of these guys have been amazing. The promos have been off the charts. Especially, I think Drew McIntyre's character this year has been on another level. I think he's one of the best things about wrestling at the moment. And the three of them and their dynamic and how that ties into back, going all the way back to the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and all that. And it's still going. it's so interesting, it's so captivating, and I cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. Yeah, I saw someone on Twitter was like, if Seth doesn't do this in the match, and it was the video of Punk versus Wade with John just slapping him and being like, hey, I'm the ref, don't touch me.
Yeah, there's a detail about the promo from Raw that I really
love. That was good. That was so good, that one with the three of them.
Yeah, well, there's something that I really like about it that really struck me when I watched it, is about what CM Punk was saying, is that one of the biggest things that McIntyre has criticized about Punk is that he's a massive hypocrite, and he's the opposite of what he stands for, which is something that many people have criticized about him over the years. But one thing I really like about it, in terms of self-awareness, obviously from him, because he's very good at doing this, as we know, it's CM Punk, is that all those years ago, when CM Punk was feuding with John Cena, Cena was saying all the things that Punk is saying now. And this is something he also did in his feuds in AEW as well, as he cut promos like John Cena to show how much he has become the thing that he hated. Like in 2011, the thing that CM Punk was against is now the thing he is. And now you have all these characters confronting him saying, how are you anti-establishment now that you basically are establishment? And that's so interesting, because from CM Punk's perspective, he's grown and changed and become a better person, but from the perspective of the people he's feuding with, they see him as a hypocrite who doesn't, he doesn't hold his own standard. He isn't even a Punk anymore. That's another big point people are saying, is that he's now no longer even a Punk like he used to be. He's become watered down. But I love it because Punk himself, as a performer, is self-aware of that criticism, and he's using it as part of his character. That now he's like older and wiser and softer, and actually, he doesn't have that rebellious streak in him like he used to, because now, like he said in the press conference, he doesn't have something to fight against because Vince is gone. So now he actually likes the company he works for. He actually likes the WWE.
Enjoy himself.
Yeah. And it's fascinating.
That dummy on Twitter, Dave Meltzer, trying to criticize what Michael Cole said.
I do think it's funny how you describe him as that dummy on Twitter. He's like one of the most like achieved wrestling journalists in the last like 40 years. But
he got his facts wrong, and he made him look like an idiot.
But you are right, he is a stream of misinformation, and this year has been an absolute disaster for him.
Because Michael Cole said, his first singles match since being back, and then first singles match since like whatever, how many years ago, SummerSlam.
To add on top of what I just said, obviously Drew has been great all year. Seth is the chaotic element. What I love about this feud is it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly. In the sense of how they operate, and it's just, I cannot wait to watch it. This for me is so much more interesting than everything else in SummerSlam in terms of a story aspect, because these three characters have been so intertwined for so long, and it's been honestly one of my favorite feuds of the last like decade. Honestly, it's been amazing.
Yeah, let's hope Punk doesn't get injured again.
Oh, yeah, please,
that would be very upsetting.
Carry Drew McIntyre, please carry him like a glass vase across the road. Like, be careful with this man, he's old. Anyway, Callum, you missed out on...
It's gonna be a good match.
You missed out on us basically circle jerking over how great the build-up has been to the real main event.
The feud's been really good.
The real main event of SummerSlam.
Yeah. Very obviously.
I mean, I know this is a stupid question, but are you looking forward to the match?
Oh, nah. It's my least favorite looked forward to match of the whole card. Of course I am kidding. This is my favorite wrestler versus probably one of the hottest wrestlers in the company right now, having a really great feud for 6 months. Finally having their first match.
what I love
So
about
yeah,
it as
I really
well
hope
is
it
that
delivers.
is that Drew has been allowed to outperform Punk in many chapters of the story, which is helping really get him over to the next level. It's so just it's gold.
Yeah.
And we've been saying this about CM Punk for years. When he gets creative control over his feuds, it's just the best. It's the best. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And when he retires, he needs to book NXT. Because he's so
Sean's
intelligent.
doing well, isn't he, over there?
Yeah.
He is, but I think at some stage we could get to a point where Sean starts booking SmackDown. When the time is right. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
If it's not booking NXT, he could at least be a part of the team under Shawn Michaels. Which is it's so crazy to think, because when CM Punk started in WWE, like there was that whole thing of Survivor Series 2006 where he was part of Team DX, but there was a lot of heat between him and DX, especially with Triple H, but with Shawn as well. They didn't respect Punk, and he didn't like them and how they treated him. And now look where we are all these years later. They're working together and making the company better. It's amazing. It's amazing what not only time healing wounds can do, but removing Vince McMahon from the equation can do. But
Yeah,
of course,
that's what happened on Raw with Jesse Ventura being back. So
that's true. Yeah, and I saw a clip of Punk talking to Jesse. That was cool. I like that. But of course, importantly, who's going to win? I think this could go either way. I really think this could go either way. But I'm going with my head on this one because it's a comeback match. I've chosen CM Punk to win. But again, it's tough to call. There's justification either way. And Seth Rollins being the referee makes a huge difference. I would love if at some point down the road we get a triple threat match between these three. I think that could be fascinating. Anyway, so I predict CM Punk. Who do you predict, Callum?
I'm going with the controversial choice of Drew McIntyre. I just have a weird feeling that on Punk's big return, his first singles match back, he's going to lose to Drew and put him over. Because I feel like the whole feud has been, in terms of final results, been edged towards Punk, other than obviously the Rumble match, which obviously wasn't meant to happen. Every time Drew's been in a match, he has lost the big one, technically, because of Punk. So I feel like this is probably the time to have him be put over at the end of the feud. And it could be to do with here Punk being blinded by Seth in some way.
I mean, it's a really good argument.
So I have a feeling that that's going to be the case.
Callum, I just want to point out you haven't done an Androzani pick yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, this match. Drew versus Punk is my Androzani.
I can see why.
Yeah, because Punk might win, but I think Drew is gonna win. And it'll be very interesting.
I got a DM from Azmat the other day saying that he thinks the most interesting result would be Drew McIntyre squashes CM Punk. But I don't think that's going to happen because it's a special guest referee match.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. But there's going to be shenanigans. That is for certain. I would be very surprised if Seth Rollins calls this one down the middle. He's too chaotic.
Yeah.
He's too silly.
Too silly.
Too silly. I expect an extravagant referee uniform.
I mean, it's probably the one that Seth's been wearing. So
Yeah, but I want him to have referee like everything, like pants, shoes, like just the whole thing is stripes.
Look like a bloody zebra.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think Drew's gonna win because
ooh,
Seth's
okay.
gonna screw Punk.
All right. I'm in the minority on that one.
Punk is the reason that Seth lost the title.
He is. Yeah.
So I think he's gonna screw him and let Drew win.
Yeah.
Because out of the two of them, he prefers Drew over Seth. I mean, over Punk.
Yeah, it's tricky.
So I think Drew.
I mean, either way, it's going to be great.
Either way, it's going to be a good match. Hopefully,
there's a lot of things would have to be very catastrophic for this to go wrong. It's like
AJ Lee return? Question mark.
I have my doubts on that one, but I have my doubts on that one, but it would be funny. Let's slide it up. But yeah,
we get a big pop, I'd imagine.
That's our predictions for SummerSlam 2024.
Let's bloody hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah. Do you think we will get a promo segment on this show?
Well, like Cena probably comes out and says some stuff. I don't know.
Well, he did that. He did that at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. So probably not. There'll probably be one random promo segment on the show. There seemingly is one every couple months.
I mean, they could do one at the end of the show. Thinking about it, depending on what happens. Like if Paul Heyman returns with Roman Reigns, maybe. Not sure. Some people have been speculating about Brock Lesnar lately. I'm not sure because I don't know if he's still tied up in all that legal bullshit with Vince. I don't know if he's been released from it or not.
So I think he's back on the website.
Sure. Yeah. He hasn't appeared.
Come on.
He hasn't appeared in WWE since last year's SummerSlam, I believe. When he lost to Cody. And they shook hands and Cody did that meme smile. Anyway. Callum, do you have any final thoughts? Do you have any final thoughts on SummerSlam?
I think on paper, in terms of the potential match quality, this could be a very, very, very good show. I think 6 matches, have the potential to be like really, really good. So yeah, hopefully it is. I think hopefully the right booking happens and they don't do any weird decisions. But yeah, I hope it's a good show.
Last year in the summer, Northern Hemisphere summer, I should say. SummerSlam was not as good as people expected, and the All In, All Out week absolutely destroyed it by comparison. Do you think this year SummerSlam has a chance to compete with All In? Obviously, Wembley's a different kind of environment, but in terms of a match card, does it have a chance?
Potentially.
I think the margins are closer this year. It's not as they're not as far apart as they were last year. I think All In this year has less hype, and SummerSlam doesn't have as much hype, but it has potential to be a lot better than last year. So I'll be interested to see how it turns out. Anyway, Regan, do you have any final thoughts on SummerSlam?
Should be good. Let's hope for no injuries, no rain,
Yeah, no
no one
rain.
slipping on the ropes.
Yeah, that'd be difficult. I mean, I'm hopefully the crowd bring their ponchos. Can you imagine if like they
We'll
do
see
like,
how loud it'll be since it's an open air stadium.
Can you imagine they do a big shot of the crowd and they just like look like these human-sized condoms just in the crowd with all their ponchos?
It'd be horrible if it rained. That would just mess up everything.
It's not unheard of, but it could happen. The thing is, with the wrestler's safety, a lot of it will depend on how the wind is. Because if the rain is going straight down, it won't affect the ring because they'll have a cover over it. But if the wind is going diagonally, then they have a problem.
Hopefully no rain.
They might have to just do like ground and pound wrestling for the whole show. Just do blood sport. just do bloody you just have catch wrestling. Anyway, looking forward to it. We will see you all on the review. I bid you adieu. Good night.